Good afternoon. I'm now going to call the June 4th, 2025 meeting of the Norfolk County Commission to order. I'm going to read the executive order on remote participation. On March 28, 2025, Governor Healy signed into law House Bill 62, an act relative to extending certain provisions of the COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency, which includes a 2-year extension of the option for public bodies to hold remote meetings by suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law. Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 18-25. That action was effective immediately, extending the current option for remote meetings through June 30th, 2027. I ask you to join me in saluting the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you. Roll call. Call to order. Roll call. Commissioner Stady.
Any present, sir?
Commissioner Collins.
Present.
Commissioner Shea is present. We have a quorum. Minutes of the open session meeting of May 14th, 2025 for approval.
I will move approval of the meeting minutes of May 14th as presented.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
If there's no objection, we're gonna go by 4 o'clock. Number 4, executive session. We're gonna call executive session at 1:30. It's coming fast. Number 5, public comment. Is there anyone out in Zoom land who has any public comment? Each week we carry public comment on our calendar, or you can come in and speak to us in person. Director Cronin, have you heard from anyone on public comment?
No, sir.
Last call for public comment. Seeing none, we'll go to number 6. Old business. In your packet, we have one matter of old business. It's the March.
I'm trying.
What date in March are these?
March 2025 trial balance.
There's no separate data. It's the whole month?
Yes.
Okay. Old business, March 2025 trial balance for acceptance.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move for acceptance the trial balance of $331.25 in the amount of $31,000,000. You gotta make sure I got this right. $596,897.25.
Any seconded?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
Aye.
Number 7, personnel matters for consideration. We have 2.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Chairman, forgive me. I'll move approval of the notice of FMLA effective 5/1/25 code 05-01.
Okay.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
I think in conjunction with that, no, maybe not, no, second motion I'll move would be fiscal 25 basic carryover request from members of the maintenance and engineering departments. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Number 8, payroll expense warrants for approval.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move, with your permission, warrant list for 6/4/25. The following items, we have 3 of them. 25-48, the payroll of the county. I move the sum $152,691.18. So moved.
Second. Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It's a vote.
Second, I move 06/01/25, expense of the county, the sum $392,773.43. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
And third, last one, Mr. Chairman, line 6-205, Walsh Recreational Facility credit card payment, move approval for $44,176. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye. That
It is a
concludes the warrant list, Mr.
vote.
Chairman.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That includes payroll and expense warrants. Number 9, vote to accept the transfer of ownership of a light-duty trailer with PRUFA from the town of Needham.
Needed, right?
Mr. Director, we have
We
a
do.
sealer with us.
I'd also like to recognize through you, Mr. Chairman, our Assistant County Director, Bill Buckley, who oversees this program, along with Bill Mullen. Bill, if you want to come on up. They
Bill getting the
worked
hot
to,
seat there. We'll leave Bill Buckley on the horn down the
They
other
worked
end.
to secure a
Whoop.
very, very valuable piece of equipment through the town of Needham, so they're here to answer to the value of that transfer.
What's a proofer? Poofer.
It's a 100-gallon test tank. We use it to test oil trucks.
Okay,
So, how do you know you're getting 100 gallons?
you have to take it out and put it back in.
So yeah,
Put it in this,
it pumps
We have a
100 gallons
picture, by
and
the
then
way,
we
Richard.
pump it back up into the oil truck. Give it right back to them.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, if you want to, I'll run back and I'll bring it up on the screen for you. So you
Yeah,
can see
put it
what
on
we're
the
looking
screen.
at.
Is this something new we're gonna be doing?
We've had it for a while.
We've been doing
We've
it.
been doing
We've
it.
actually
I
been
see.
borrowing it
see.
from the town of Needham for over a year.
Okay, good.
This is, I guess, codifies it. It gets it off their books, gets it onto our books.
Is that maybe similar to that inquiry I had from a fellow in Canton with businesses in Quincy? Did you, Bill?
Yes.
Talk to you about that?
Yes.
Is that what
Yes,
he's
it
looking
is.
for?
Correct.
For the oil? Okay,
Correct.
okay, good,
This particular piece of equipment is old,
Yeah.
but it's in very good shape.
good,
So
okay.
no value is exchanged, it's just ownership. Here comes the picture.
But just Needham didn't want it anymore, or they don't want to do this anymore?
They don't do it with.
We're doing it
That's
for
right,
us.
doing it
that's
for
right, that's
them.
right.
They don't.
Yeah, forgive me, okay, good,
No, it's
Okay.
fine.
that's right.
Three, Mr. Chair, this is what it looks like.
Go ahead.
Bill Mullen nicknamed it Tony for town of Needham. It's been kicking around their DPW yard for many decades now, and as Bill said, we've had it with us in the alley for a year or so, but they wanted to make sure it was off the books. The Chapter 30B allows for subdivisions of the Commonwealth to transfer equipment between themselves with no cost. So all they need from you today is just a quick vote to accept this prover and red trailer from the town of Needham, and we'll send them a quick formal letter, and they'll be all set.
Have it repainted. Relit it, I guess.
It's hard. It's
So
all
the
that's all
oil-
hand painted.
Yeah, so the oil comes from the truck into that
Correct.
thing?
Correct.
Red
So
Sox
this
and
the
it-
guy from Fabiano Oil is
Yeah.
pumping 100 gallons into it.
Yeah,
You can see right here is actually a sight glass.
yeah,
So we look to see if it's within tolerance. And then when it's all done, there's a pump here and it goes back into his truck.
If I'm-
Commissioner Stady.
For you, Mr. Chairman, so, you're pumping oil, so two questions come up, for me at least. Where do you do this? At the site of the yard?
Correct.
Or do they come here? No,
We
yeah.
usually go to a place that's convenient for them.
Okay, and the other thing is, we were told it's older. What if there's a leak of oil? What happens then?
It's
I'm just,
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
we're working with oil trucks who
Yeah.
all have all sorts of remediation issues.
yeah,
I mean, this did get tested and cleared by the state lab, which is that white and blue sticker you can see
right.
right
I mean, so
above.
that thing, the proofer,
Right,
it's old, as Mr. Cronin said, but
right.
you feel it's safe, it's in reasonably good shape,
Yes, it is.
so we're not exposing a liability for us.
We don't seem to be, no.
Okay, that's something to just keep an eye on, that's
It's a
all.
good question.
That's
Yep.
all. That's all I had.
Regularly, I will be sending this to the lab to have it retested.
Okay, good, good. All right.
And through you,
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, I think they said these things go, because it's enclosed, they're good for 50, 60 years if you treat them with care. They're not.
How old is this one, Bill? Do
Probably
you know?
40, 45.
40 years?
Something like that.
It's a
All right.
stainless steel.
Well, just, you never
Yeah,
know.
it's a
That's
good
all.
question.
All right.
Bill, how many oil trucks do you do in the course of a year now? Is there any way to
Ooh.
keep track of them?
Probably about a dozen.
Okay, and it's the town they originate in, we determined, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Good. Good.
Like Carabin Lane has a lot. We just did 3 today.
Good.
You
That's
know,
good.
that gentleman you saw in the picture, Fabiano, he's just a one-man truck. And I know there's a couple others in my head, but
Sounds great.
everything blurs.
Okay, last
See if you
call
want- Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
on our vote to transfer of ownership for a light-duty trailer from the town of Needham for purposes of doing weights and measures work, on oil trucks. I have a motion, commissioners?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, be pleased to move that we make a motion, we accept the transfer of ownership of the light-duty trailer with Proofer in the town of Needham.
Second. Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
And can we send him down to town and need him? Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Bill.
gentlemen.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you very
Appreciate it.
much. Thank you. Good seeing you.
See
Number
you.
10, Public Employee Committee Healthcare Agreement for approval. We have that today?
We do. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just briefly for the commissioners, as you know, the Public Employees Committee meets regularly to assess and then discuss a variety of medical healthcare related products and
She's gonna make a copy.
Bill, if you could mute yourself, or John McGowan, if you could mute yourself,
So
please.
much, so
Thank
much
you.
talking here.
In this case, the PEC started meeting on the latest round of an agreement this before you this afternoon. I believe our first meeting was in January, followed up with a couple in March. Weren't a lot of changes, mainly housekeeping on the agreement that's before you. And for the benefit of folks listening, I'll just read that, in terms of health insurance for active employees and non-Medicare retirees of the county, we will continue to carry the Blue Care Elect PPO Rate Saver Plan, which is the PPO, Network Blue, an HMO Rate Saver Plan, and for Medicare retirees of the county, Blue Cross Medics 2 with Blue Medicare RX PDP and Medicare Blue PPO Freedom RX. We'll continue to carry dental insurance through Delta Dental PPO plus Premier, and life insurance, basic and voluntary life insurance through Boston Mutual. The county will continue to contribute 70% of the premium costs for these programs as well. So as I said, largely unchanged from previous PEC agreements, but as required by law, this agreement is required to be enforced by the commissioners and similarly by the members of the PEC, which included a member of Registry AFSCME Council 93, Lane McGahey, member of the Engineers Unit, Michael Jardine, member of the AFSCME Council 93, Kevin Folan, the Federation of Teachers, Local 2335, through the AFT, Aaron Chernisky, and then finally Norfolk County Retiree Representative Frank Hegarty.
No, Frank, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any questions? Of Director Collins Director Director Cronin
He's not a
relative to the
commissioner.
healthcare
I am a commissioner.
agreement.
I know, I heard. I did hear that. Someone told me. I move approval of the memorandum of agreement, Mr. Chairman, of the by and between the Norfolk County Commissioners and the Norfolk County Public Employee Committee, as described, as outlined by the document herein and as of this date.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
Do we need to
We have
sign
1:30
Yes,
a
yet,
couple of
Peter, no.
copies? Do you want to?
We'll do
No,
that
10
after
minutes.
this.
Okay, minutes.
After.
We'll have one version.
Okay.
Number 11, report from the procurement department for bid openings or current contract awards. We have none. Number 12, request from the town of Bellingham for survey services from the Norfolk County Engineering Department for consideration. Is there a formal letter in here?
There is, it's in your packet, Chairman.
Survey and layout, block one road.
Oh, okay, I already signed it. I'm sorry. Okay, I have a copy of the request filled out by our engineering department, Patrick, for a topographic detail survey to be done in the town of Bellingham at our leisure. Patrick, are you on board here?
I think he's a.
Through you, Mr. Chair, I can answer any questions you may have.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Patrick's not with us today.
We certainly want to help the town of Bellingham. Any questions, commissioners?
Oh, so my understanding is that the engineers are approaching this like in a phase, more of breaking it up a little bit.
Yeah, through you, Mr. Chair, it's an old camp road in North Bellingham, and it washes out during heavy rains at different times during the season, and so the town has in pieces repaired it, but they need a survey detail in order for them to make the repairs. But the repair for the entire thing is a very large job, sort of outside the scope of the DPW in a single year. So what Patrick and his team are going to do is they're going to go out and look at basically the worst parts of the area and survey those first, and then just sort of use it as almost like a filler project that in between other larger projects they can go out and do another little section so that the community's not itching to complete this. So it'll probably be done in pieces.
Any other questions?
I'm good. Need a motion?
Yes. Yes, we do.
I'll move,
Then
Mr.
sign
Chairman,
the
if you want, I'll move that we approve the Norfolk County Commissioners hereby approve the County Engineering Department to provide services for the town of Bellingham. And if said services to include the survey and layout of Box Pond Road in said town to prepare the road for the reconstruction of existing roadway. Make that motion today.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
It is a plan. We'll go forward. Thank you. Thank you, Patrick.
Billy.
One more, and then I believe we'll go to executive session. Number 13, request for the civic rate at the President's Golf Course for the 26th annual ITT off tournament. I'm looking at a letter here from Joanne Ford, thanking us for our continued encouragement, support, and generosity over the past 35 years. The Ford family will hold its 36th annual JT golf tournament at President's Golf Course.
All right.
As previously explained, John Ford passed away on June 7th, 2024. He's the former president. His daughter Joanna is now the president and leader of the JT Turnoff Tournament. JT Tee-Off Tournament. The tournament was named after John Thomas Ford in memory of his dad. And the benefit is cerebral palsy. Everything reviewable in the area of cerebral palsy. This has been 36-year labor of love. Looking for the rate. I don't see the date here, but I see that Susan Calabro, a golf pro, has been CC'd on this letter. So I'm sure they have the right
I
date.
think the date is July 11th, Mr. Chairman.
Good. Is it in there?
Yeah, they're asking for July
Okay.
11th.
July 11th. July 11th it is.
So
Any
it's, I
questions?
have a couple of questions. I know
Sure.
it's tricky. I had no problem, but this is something new. Most of the time when we do these, they're for a scholarship or a charity. This seems to be for a family. Are we getting into a new
No, it
area?
is a charity. They're gonna give the money to charity.
Did it say that? See, I didn't get a chance to read it.
For a supplemental needs.
Yeah. Yeah, cerebral palsy.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that. Okay. So it is charitable. Okay.
Right.
All right. I didn't see that.
So I'll second your motion.
I'll move approval, of the charitable rate for the, what's it called, JTs? Tee-off,
JT's Tee-Off Tournament.
to be held July 11th, 2025. So moved.
Motion made, seconded, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
It is a vote. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, it's near enough to 1:30. I'll take a motion to go into executive session.
You want the
And,
report? We got it.
We will be returning for Director Cronin's report to the commission.
All right.
But our lawyer is here and timely will go to
All right.
executive session.
Let's see. I move that we go into executive session pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 38, Section 21A3. Discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining or litigation if an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public body, and the chair so declares. Correct?
Second.
Okay.
Motion made and seconded. I take a roll call vote. Commissioner Stady?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Collins?
Yes.
Commissioner Shea votes yes.
Fine.
We're in executive session.
Thank you, John.
There I am.
State rep guy.
You're on.
Good afternoon. We're back on the record on our June 4th, 2025 meeting of Norfolk County Commission.
Crazy.
Your attention is to item number 14, report of the county director. Director Cronin.
Thank you, Commissioner. Several items here this afternoon. First, I just want to call attention for the department heads. Benefit, as a reminder, Maureen McCune, our CPO, sent out a email yesterday alerting the department heads to prepare any reserve list items associated with their FY25 budget and submit them by noon on June 25th, 2025. This is part of our closing exercise. If anybody has any questions about this, please reach out to Maureen directly. Similarly, you should be expecting a second correspondence from Maureen and Phil and Tosca jointly announcing instructions and timelines for purchase orders and transfers within groups for year-end closure activity. I expect that email to be in your respective inboxes before the end of the week. And just for the commissioners' peek into closing FY25 a little early, we've got a lot of business still to conduct. Phil and Tosca has been doing some work on the spending side to kind of monitor how things are looking within the accounts. I'm not going to release a number at this time because it's all still speculative, but it is favorable that we're closing fiscal year 25 with a surplus, which allows us to pay our bills and have the requisite surplus available for appropriation within the FY26 budget as called for by the general law. So a good closure so far, still work to do. More information coming from Maureen and Phil. Please look at your inboxes and mind those deadlines. The disaster recovery room is coming along quite well down at the agricultural high school. All the electrical work is complete, and our painter, Rick Giannetti, has begun prepping the area and sprucing it up with fresh coats of paint for both rooms. I expect he'll be done with that work within the next week or 10 days. Our IT section will be moving all of the material that's located here at 614 High Street on the first floor over to the Aggie by the end of this month. So things are moving along quite nicely, and should the commissioners or anyone else have an interest in seeing this room and this space, it's on the second floor of the Betty Duquette building at the very end, just outside where the library is. If you want to get down there, let us know. We'll be happy to take you on a tour. It's a perfect location for the kind of solution that we're desiring. So that's coming to fruition in the next month or so. And through our HR department, just wanted to again make an announcement that has been sent to all users. The Boston Mutual short-term disability enrollment dates are now open. They will be open from June 3rd until June 13th. If employees want to have a one-on-one session with the vendor, I believe his name is Mr. Tracy, Doug Tracy from Boston Mutual. The flyer that Maureen sent out gives you instructions on how to do that. They will be available at the County Registry of Deeds on June 6th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the Ford Room. And again down at the Aggie on Wednesday, June 4th, that's today, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the Trustees Room. So again, extending benefits from the county to our employees. This is related to the Boston Mutual short-term disability. And finally, I just wanted to announce, I believe the commissioners will be attending tomorrow evening's graduation ceremony at the Agricultural High School at 6 p.m. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Anything else for Director Cronin? Thank you, John.
Oh, I did have a quick question. Just the electrical charging you did have some questions. You sent it back to the vendor to
Right.
get some questions back to you.
Right, working with Chick Cushing.
Right.
Thank you, Commissioner. Yep, we revisited the proposed plan and kind of value engineered it. I've submitted the request that brought the total number of charges from 31 down to 22 back to Rob. Is it McQuillan or Quinlan? I can't remember. I think it's Quinlan and Nick Valerio.
Nick
And
Valerio.
I said, look, I need revised profiles. And in the profiles, please add the performance-based costs that he talked about when he was with us.
Okay.
So we have updated pieces. I also gave them all of the electric bills for each location. They needed those to have more information on how to cost out the projected value of these stations.
Good.
So they're anxious to get going. And I said, as soon as I get your proposal back, we'll put it before the commissioners for a vote, and then they can file it with the state.
Good.
Not on the agenda, but generally an update that
Yeah.
I think falls through on a discussion that I think you had about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, do we have to put that on the agenda to take a formal vote? We do, okay.
Mhm.
So we have to kind of nail that down. All right.
Yeah, waiting to hear.
It'd be
from
great to
Rob.
get it done before summer, that's all.
Indeed.
Okay, you said the
Oh, we-
magic word.
Yeah, summer schedule.
That's correct. I'd like you to think over the next week about the summer. And then understand with me, we'll talk about the July and August dates with an outcast that hopefully we can make one change in each month. But I then put it out right through September. But take a look at our calendars and
Great
coming
idea.
fast.
Fully supportive, Mr. Chair.
Okay, that's fine.
That's great.
It'll save me sending the
Right.
memo.
Do you want us to tell you or tell John?
No,
our
tell me
ideas?
and then I'll sit with John.
Okay.
and We'll come back with something. I don't want to take the whole summer off. I mean, good, but no. Anything else not on the agenda?
I hesitate to do this, but I'm going to ask if we could close our meeting with a moment of silence and prayer reflection. It came to my attention of a very tragic event in Franklin, which is one of our towns, the loss of a mother and a little daughter, and a
Exactly.
terrible accident. In
Yes,
fact, I
horrible.
think I just feel compelled. I want to go back and pay respects. So not the Aggie graduation, I'll be doing that, but I thought we could just say a moment of silence out of reference to the family. They must be suffering. The Patel family, I believe it is.
Yep.
I mean, there's no political agenda here. I just felt, thoughts and prayers with them, you know.
What's the name? Kelly?
Patel, I think it's Patel.
Patel.
Patel,
Yeah,
Patel.
okay.
A terrible, terrible
So
thing.
common of a name.
Terrible, so sad. That was
Certainly
it.
will do that.
Yeah.
Last call. I'll take a motion to adjourn,
We'll be adjourned at 1:55.
keeping in mind the Patel family from a horrible loss in the town of Franklin, Michigan.
Tough for the town, tough for them.
Second.
Right.
I'll call, made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
All right.
You have a